Movie starts in 20 minutes. It's early. It's it's 11:30 a.m. and it looks like as of right now I'm alone. So we'll see what happens. E5, E5. We'll see what happens. Hey everyone, and welcome to John Talks Indian Cinema. I am your host, the Indian Cine-MANIAC, with movie one of my day-long Hindi films. It's 11:30. The movie starts at 11:50 a.m. and the first movie I'm going to see is Coolie, and I'm very excited about this one. As you know, it's got superstar Rajni in it, who I'm a big fan of, but it also has Aamir Khan. So you know I'm fired up about this one. Now, as usual, as you can see, let me just show you. It's early, I admit that, and I am the only one here. So we'll see what happens, my own private screening. And then about 15 minutes after this one finishes, I'm going to go see War 2. So the first one is Coolie. Fingers crossed, Aamir Khan never lets me down, so we'll see what happens, okay? Now, this is dedication, all right, you maniacs? So like, okay? Thank you very much, all right? We'll see what happens, and I'll talk to you. I'm going to do the review tonight, so we'll see what happens, and fingers crossed as always.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, I am back from my extremely long day at the movie theater. So I saw two movies today. I saw Coolie, I saw War 2, and this is going to be the review of Coolie. And I put a short out and I asked for what you guys, if you guys wanted me to do a combined review or two separate reviews. And you guys went with two separate reviews. So I'm going to do two of these. I'm going to try to get them both out tonight. Maybe one out tonight, one out tomorrow, but I'll get them out pretty quickly. All I ask, because I'm doing this for you, is subscribe, hit the notification button, hit the like button, and comment. Those two things make a big difference, you know, because I'm at 1,520 subscribers, which is fantastic. But the YouTube algorithm won't push it out quite as much unless you get a lot of comments, a lot of likes. So please do that for me. Okay, so let's talk about Coolie. Now, the first thing I got to tell you is there was about 15 people in the audience other than me. And they were loud and rambunctious, big fans of Superstar Rajni. And anytime he did anything, they were going crazy, including in the song. So that was pretty cool to see. Now, you're in this big, huge theater, excuse me, and there's only about 10 people. And I'm in one row, and there's two people sitting right next to me. A very nice couple, by the way. And she just went on and on about Superstar Rajni, how she watches him. She watched him as a little kid. She's from India. They've been in the U.S. for 20 years. So we struck up a little conversation before the film started. And it was wonderful. It was great to be there with other people too. Okay, so Coolie was directed by Lokesh Kanagaraj, who also directed Master, Kaithi, and Vikram. Three movies I liked. This is a Tamil language film, and I did see it in the correct language because their voices matched. It wasn't dubbed. The cast: Superstar Rajni, who I've seen in a bunch of stuff, but Enthiran, Jailer, Hum. Hum was an old film. I just saw that actually recently with Amitabh Bachchan. No, that can't be right. It's not. Oh, I got to get this name right because this guy was awesome in this film. I misspelled his name. I know I misspelled his name, so I want to make sure I get it right. His first name, Soubin Shahir, who played Dayal, and he was. I've seen him. One of my favorite movies, Manjummel Boys. Love that movie. He was in Trance in Kumbalangi Nights. He was crazy in this film. Nagarjuna Akkineni, Shruti Haasan, who was in Nanna, Gabbar's Back, D-Day, and there were cameos. Now, I'm not going to spoil. It's a spoiler-free review because there are some things that can be spoiled. Um, but I'm going to give you my overall view of the film. Now, as far as cameos go, if you don't want to know the cameos, skip the next minute of this because I'm going to give away some cameos. The first was Pooja Hegde, who did a musical number. She was only in one scene, and the name of the song was Monica, her name. And I've seen her in Retro, Deva, and Rangasthala. And the number was pretty cool because she's in red, dancing with a bunch of coolies with yellow helmets and blue shirts on. It was very striking the way it was shot. Real superstar Upendra shows up towards the end of the film, and mostly there for action scenes. And again, I won't spoil what he does, but I've seen him in Omkara. And finally, the biggest cameo that everybody knew about because he spilled it himself, Mr. Perfectionist himself, Aamir Khan. And I was really looking forward to him being in this film. Now, the sad thing is, he does have a great scene in the film towards the end, but that's it. I thought there'd be more, but there wasn't. So, unlike my other reviews where I go over story, I go over songs, performances, I'm not going to do that. I just want to give you like an overall view of what I thought about this film. First of all, they spent a lot of time in the beginning celebrating superstar Rajni's fifth. This is his 50 years in the biz. And that credit, that superstar with the it looks like neon bulbs, like an old. I've seen that in all his films. He's got that same superstar Rajni thing. So they did that a couple of times, and that's before the movie even starts. So they're really celebrating it. And frankly, um, he's wonderful in this film. He really is. I mean, um, I'll get into that. So, um, so what's the story about? The story is really about revenge. And a friend of Deva, that's the character's name, um, gets killed or it dies. And there's a mystery surrounding his death. And superstar Rajni comes in and tries to solve it because this guy had three daughters, and he was Deva's best friend. And so he's got to go up against this gang. I guess it's a gang, and it's funny because I did a trailer reaction, and there was a great scene in the trailer with all the gold and everything. Well, that's not in this film, so that was made strictly for the trailer because I was watching for that. Um, but I guess the best way to put this without spoiling anything is if you are a fan of Rajni, you'll love this film because he's great in it. He really is. He's very magnetic. He's still in his 70s, can still move pretty well. Now, you know, like typical of guys this age, the fight scenes are pretty much all slow motion, and I get it. Sonny Deal does it. Even Devgan's starting to do it more. So there's a lot of that, but the action is great. The fight scenes are well choreographed. And also in these films, and also war too. You're against the odds are against you one against many, and no one touches the one. And that's happens a lot in this film. But when it's him, you don't care. You want him to be heroic. And he also has a twinkle in his eye too. And he's got the bracelet. He does a bracelet thing, and he's got the sunglasses, and he's got that giant mane of hair. Um, but he carries the film. And if you like him, you're gonna like this film because he's funny. There's one scene towards the end of the movie where the bad guy, excuse me, I've got a day's worth of popcorn in my throat. the bad guy's trying to figure out who he is. He knows him from something. And there's this monologue that he does sitting across the table from him that it's just the camera just keeps moving in close on him. And it's a few minutes long and it's really powerful and he really does a nice job with it. Um but he's just he's just I don't know what it is. He's got a twinkle in his eye. He he always does that laugh. Um he looks great in the dance numbers. And the dance numbers, there wasn't many musical numbers. I was actually surprised about that. I thought there'd be a lot more. Like the Pooja Hegde number, Monica, that was a big number with a lot of people, all men, and her in red. Beautiful, by the way, I have to tell you, beautiful. But she stands out so much because of the red. But all the guys are behind her with, like I said, the blue shirts, the yellow helmets. And I don't know how many there are. There's got to be 500 to 1,000. It's just that big. And the numbers are like that. Like Deva Mansion is like a hostel that he owns with students, and he runs the place. And there's a very funny scene at the beginning about liquor that is funny. I think you'll like it. Um, but so he runs the hostel, and then they do this number in relation to the liquor. That's this big dance number, and there's this giant hall in this mansion, and all the people are in this hall, and he's at the front dancing, and they're all dancing behind him. It's a great number, great number. Um, and the now let me get back to Shahir, who plays Dial. He is a great bad guy. Even better, Simon is the top bad guy, and he was all right. He was fine, but the Shodur. I'm not so. Oh my God, I got to write this down because I'm screwing this up. Because I want to give him credit. Soubin. I'm going to write that down right now. Soubin is so good in this as a bad guy, like a real bad guy. In fact, I will tell you that both the movies that I saw today, Coolie and War 2, had really good villains, better than usual. And you want this villain to get his comeuppance in the worst way. And I won't tell you if it happens. But hypothetically, if it were to happen, I think you'd want it to be something really good because he deserves it because he's so bad. He is so bad. Um, let's see what else. Oh, they did this thing too. They did flashbacks, and this was really interesting. When they did flashbacks, they did it like it was a Super 8 film with scratches in the film. And also, when there was a fight scene in the flashbacks, it was full speed. It wasn't slow motion. So I kind of like that, right? Because he was younger, and they de-age him for those scenes. Um, and there weren't a ton of them, but they were there, and I liked the way they shot them. So there was a big distinction between the flashbacks and the present time. So I like that too. I thought, the cameos, like again, the cameo by Upendra, I knew when he showed up. I didn't know who he was. I didn't recognize him. I think I've only seen him in one thing. But you knew he was someone special because they talk about him through three-quarters of the film, but you never see him till this one scene. Again, action scenes were really, really well done, and he was a big part of those. Now, let's get to Aamir Khan. So, towards the end of the film, um, in fact, there's like three endings. You think the movie's over, and that's why I was like, well, I wonder if he's going to be like in an after credit scene or something because he hasn't shown up yet. Well, when he finally shows up, great entrance, helicopter, and they do that a lot in these films. All you see are his feet, and then you see two big huskies, and he's walking two big huskies, and he's got shorts on, and he's got a barbell mustache. He's got tattoos all over him, and it's a great scene. It's a funny scene. He's funny in it, and dangerous at the same time. And the two of them. excuse me, the two of them together play really well off each other. It's a great scene. I would have loved to have seen more of him in it. Now, again, it's a superstar Rajni film, so you don't want to overshadow that. And trust me, nobody overshadows him. He's so good in this. There are some emotional scenes in it that he plays really well, but it was just a fun. I really liked it. I liked it a lot, and I will tell you before I review War Two, I liked it. Out of the two I saw, I liked it better than War Two. That doesn't mean I did not like War Two. I want to make that clear, but I like this better. Um, it was 3 hours. It didn't feel like 3 hours. You know, sometimes these movies do feel long. It wasn't like that. Um, but I would say that if you eh, again, if you like him, you're gonna love this movie. It's big. They spared, a lot of practical stuff. Um, Big sets, lots of people in the scenes. And he was just, he made it worthwhile. He definitely made the film worthwhile, and I think you're gonna like it. I really do. So, if I were to grade the film, and I will give a final, I'll give you the verdict on the film. I give this film a four, not a five, because like I said, some of the stuff they do when it's 50 against one and the one always wins, it's a little much for me. So that's the only reason I don't give it a five. And the story was okay. The story wasn't great. But in a film like this, you want to see him do his stuff. That's what you want. And this film accomplished that for sure. Okay, so that is my out of the theater non spoiler review. If you have seen it, let me know what you think about it in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you guys think. If you haven't seen it and you're a fan of his, go see it. By the way, Shruti Haasan was she was like Lois Lane in this film. She was always in trouble, always getting kidnapped over and over and over. That got a little tiring, but she is quite a lovely lady, I have to tell you. Um, okay, so that's it. I don't think there's anything else I want to say about it. Oh, the music was very contemporary, a lot of hip hop um, throughout the film, including incidental music. The one other complaint I had, and I don't, this is a little bit of a spoiler, not a lot though, but there's a lot of fake deaths in this, and that became a thing that I didn't like either. Um, but that's it. That's really the only complaints I have about it. Other than that, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I saw it in the movie theater with a very receptive audience, I might add. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to get this out tonight. I'm going to keep it short. I might put some trailer video in there, but I'm not going to do clips because there's no clips out. So this will be an easy edit too. So again, let me know what you think. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the notification button. Please hit the like button. And as always, please share so we can build the Maniac community. Okay, that's it. We'll talk to you soon on John Talks Indian Cinema with a trailer reaction, a 10-minute review, or an out of the theater 10-minute review. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon.